So I'll go on. I'll continue with some more of my story. So how's this Jen Wolf from the Civil Division, the head of the Civil Division, going to mail me a letter saying, yep, everything's done by the book, everything's been looked into, everything's been done by the proper standards and by law and by, you know, whatever lies she wanted to feed me. How are you going to come and send me a letter and claim all these accusations that all this was done when I got the PO and the supervisor and the child protection worker straight up recorded conversation, them admitting that they dropped the ball. It was a miss. But then you're going to turn around and send me a letter, like, because then, since you sent me a letter saying that, then it's like all legit and like I can't do nothing because you sent me a letter, right? Like, oh, they already gave you your response and that's it. No, they're not going to communicate. Like, literally, really. How can that be when they already admitted in their own words? Don't take my word, take their word for it. So after me putting it all out there on blast on a YouTube channel, and apparently Jeff Watney didn't like it too much, you know. He felt it was a concern for his safety and his risk, and oh boy, you know, he's so worried about his safety and risk, but you know, wasn't worried about his own little 4-year-old daughter's safety or risk, right? But he was worried about his safety and his risk, and his concern about people knowing about something that was supposed to be private between him and his daughter. It was supposed to be a sealed file, and somehow Mr. Becker got copies of it. Yeah. So he files a restraining order on me. Tried to get it shut down and get me to delete my whole YouTube channel, and that wasn't going to happen. But they thought that was going to work, you know. Figure the PO would write up, get a restraining order on me. Couldn't talk to the PO, the county attorney, and the Civil Division, all that. They're going to send me a letter and say we ain't going to talk to you anymore. That shut all that down. And but Mr. Becker's got all that stuff out there, all the recorded conversations, and man, that's out there publicly. And like, I mean, you got these POs straight in their own. I mean, it's mind blowing that none's being done, and I put it out there straight publicly. Like, there's no question about it. What I'm saying is solid fact. So he tried to get it deleted because he said it was harassing him, and it was just, hey, it's me speaking fact. Freedom of speech. I'm speaking fact, and it's straight fact. So he gets his restraining order, and he's thinking like, I'm posting videos. He's thinking he's going to get me on a violation because whatever. There's no violation there. So he goes and files court papers trying to modify his restraining order. So he's modifying his restraining order. I got to go to court on it. He has to say I didn't get served the papers. They tried to do it by publication. And it was a fluke that they mailed it to my house like a week before the court date. Otherwise, I would have never even known about it. Wouldn't even known that he had a restraining order on me until he mailed me a letter a week before he went and tried to modify his restraining order. Yeah, there's been a lot of that restraining order stuff and not being served properly, and then all of a sudden it's in place and it's past your 20-day period on filing to get a court date, and it's like, oh, it's too late, it's past that, it's already in effect. So a lot of that's been happening with me. So Jeff Watney files to try and modify his restraining order to include my YouTube videos and that. Well, I go to court with a shirt that says YouTube child molester Jeffrey Watney on the back of my shirt. Wind up recording the court proceeding, posted online, got in trouble for contempt of court. I had to go to jail for 3 months for that. Took it off so I didn't have to sit there another 3 months because she gave me the maximum sentence of 6 months. So I took it off. Well, before I came up here, I put it back on there. If you want to hear that court proceeding, it's the one with Bruce Ehrman. There's a part 1, part 2 because it's kind of long. But they definitely wanted that. Definitely didn't want that out there publicly at all. And yeah, definitely they wanted that deleted. After looking into it and, you know, knowing me, I just don't let shit go, and I dig and I dig and I dig. And I love digging myself a hole, I guess. Turns out the judge they put me in front of, the Bruce Ehrman. Bruce Ehrman used to be Scott County assistant attorney. That's right. Bruce Ehrman used to be Scott County's assistant county attorney. So Like, what the heck? And now he's a Dakota County judge, and he's hearing my case and that, and I wind up looking up about him and thinking, like, well, he was the assistant county attorney in Scott County. I'm like, Jeff's charges were out of Scott County, and I'm like, started looking into it, found Bruce Ehrman's Facebook page. I can't even make this shit up. Bruce Ehrman's Facebook page, right? Go on there, go on his friends, right? Guess who he's friends with? Mark Mell's wife. Mark Mell, the probation officer supervisor that went and filed a restraining order on me, which is Terry Olson's supervisor, Mark Mell. Mark Mell's wife is friends with Bruce Ehrman, the judge he just put me in front of, who used to be Scott County assistant attorney, because Mark Mell's wife works in Scott County. Did I say again, I can convince you a lot easier that I'm Elvis, right? Like, this is solid fact. I did a video on that, like, I can't remember what Mark Mell's wife's name is, but straight up on Bruce Ehrman's Facebook page. Well, I wound up sending Bruce Ehrman a message on Facebook and told him, you know, he seems like, honestly, he seems like a decent judge, and he was respectful and nice. I'll give him that. And it's honest God, I really think he is a good judge. And I besides the point that I found out that he was, you know, that it's a conflict of interest. So I think they tried to get him to be my judge again. Well, after me sending a message on Facebook and that, and I told him, like, I wasn't rude or nasty or snotty, and I explained to him that I honestly, I'm not being smart ass about it, but I honestly believe that, like, he's respectful and he you know, and I don't think he knew what he got into, and I didn't think he realized what that court case was until there was a long pause in that beginning of the proceeding when he's looking stuff up. You can hear the long pause on it. Yeah, he's looking it up, and he's like, yeah, you can hear his gears spinning, like, oh fuck. I don't think he was aware of that predicament they put him in, but needless to say, that was a big old long fucking court order that I got back from him. But Jeff finally got denied to have that modified, to have me delete all my YouTube stuff. Well, that's how they tried to delete all my recordings and that being out there publicly. So that was their way of trying to do all that. I mean, you can't even make this shit up. I mean, this is how, like, if I didn't record all this, document it all, fucking solid fact proof, literally when you're recording the court proceeding, and, like, man, and this is like almost 4 years of going through game plan. Had to deal with, I mean, I don't know. Gotta save some time for another story, but yeah. Used to hang a bunch of signs on telephone poles, and made a bunch of flyers, put them on windshields of cars, and well, nice to see them supporters going by honking. You know, none of this stuff is going to change unless people start standing up, and it's hard to stand up because literally, if you stand up and you go up against this stuff, it's pretty much suicide. I mean, literally, if you think about it, like, and they'd say they want to talk to me and meet with me and take my concerns and address them and get back to me, and well, why didn't you do it way back then? If there's a problem or concern and there's something that's being done wrong, why the hell ain't you doing something about it anyways? We wouldn't be where we're at today. I wouldn't be in all this trouble. But man, if you think I'm just going to back down and just, like, you know, you got the wrong man. You got the wrong man. I told you all along. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to go down all these roads, but if I have to, I'm gonna, and I'm going to go fucking full force. Because I'm not going to let it go. You got the wrong man on that.